So recently I've seen a lot of talk about all kind of ways of how to spiritually progress or how to advance in whatever ways and raise your consciousness and all whatsoever ways then you should follow, and there's recommendations and everything. And it becomes sometimes funny how people insist that there is ways to really evolve in your consciousness, and at one point even some people make let's say comments or suggestions that, well, if the mind or the ego self or individuality, the identity disappears, who then needs to spiritually progress? And all these ideas, just as this statement, is really thought pattern made into clever sounding words that doesn't necessarily particularly make much sense, such as if the mind, the identity, the individuality, the ego would disappear, who would need to spiritually advance then? It really, if you take a clear look at this type of statement, you cannot even really agree that that is possible, because that's just an assumption that a mind, the identity, the ego, the individuality could disappear. There's no proof that that is an actual reality. There's an idea that this is somehow happening, but is it really? How would anyone say of that in the first place? If unless somebody claims that kind of experience, then perhaps so. But from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, this is a far-fetched claim from those people who are still very much cleverly spiritually identified, believing to be able to pose many different clever sounding questions, which makes little to no sense. Same as giving many suggestions on how to evolve spiritually and how to raise your consciousness. It's really funny if people believe in themselves that they can recommend such things without, first of all, following them themselves, and second of all, testing, does it really work? Because recommending and telling other people that you should do this, you should do that, is perhaps good for you. I'd never really recommend anyone to do anything. Even I don't even say trust me, don't even believe what I say. Usually I say just all what I say is bullshit, so don't trust me. You testify just by your own experience. Try and see, does it really work for you? And what I recommend people mainly is just observe, are all of these recommendations, are all of these ideas how to evolve spiritually, how to advance in consciousness, not only thought created patterns? Because it certainly does sound that way. It may appear to be clever and good ways to do it, and it may be a path to some people to a certain extent, only partially though, because eventually people come to drop that and try something else, because usually it doesn't work. So now, what is perhaps the most important thing is, in my experience, be beyond any recommendations of any practices, of any trials, of any advanced technologies towards consciousness and well, whatever, is just simply trying out one very simple thing. Anybody can try, anybody can confirm that by their own experience. Instead of producing many thoughts backed up by other thoughts and confirmed by many more thoughts, just observing one question alone, which is, what am I without any thoughts? And observing what comes. Many thoughts may arise, many experiences may arise, who knows, but really just posing this one question, what am I without any thoughts? And that is enough to begin your own experience of spiritual advancement, if you want to call it. And I don't even call it that way, because again, it's just a silly, stupid thing which you shouldn't even believe that it actually does anything. But go ahead, try it and see what it does for you.